What's up, you guys? This is Sam from the Be a Bunch family, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time joining us, or joining me actually for today's video, we upload and shoot videos every week regarding marriage, adoption, vlogs, and so on, regarding our entire life, how our journey with our doing fertility, and Anna, our daughter, who is now 1 and officially running around at the time of this video. I wanted to do a video on what I learned the first year being a dad. And number one that I just want to dive right into is asking the hospital and the doctor in charge of the delivery, like immediately try to get the information out, or try to get well-known the information, is whether or not in my case, the father, right, me, or the parent who is not giving birth, if it's possible to cut the umbilical cord. Now, why am I asking? Why is that important? I'm saying that it kind of was a really big impact for me that helped to shape my fatherhood moving forward. It helped to, like, internally, it made me feel, not the fact that it's real, because it is real, like I knew from the jump that this is real, but more that not the cutting of the umbilical cord was for me symbolically like I helped to bring my daughter into the world. Like, my wife brought her in through the delivery, and I helped to finish the job by cutting the umbilical cord and showing, for me, how much involved I can be in this process and in my daughter's life, especially through fatherhood. So definitely finding out if you can cut the umbilical cord I think is a very, very important thing, because that is very life-changing. And even if you have just one kid, or if you have multiple, it's still always, in my opinion, to do it, because you really get the sensation that I am a dad, and I am part of my child's life. I'm in it, and I'm in it to win it, to make sure. That's definitely what I would recommend, number one, to always do, especially, and how it shaped me moving forward is now I make sure, like, I'm very involved in taking care of her. I don't follow a lot of, like, I'm gonna use the words old-fashioned way, right? The traditional gender roles. I do pitch in, because it's my kid. Why not? That's one of the main things that helped to really shape me as a dad, and what I learned to always be involved in my first year. Secondly, to always be involved. Being involved can mean a lot of different things to a lot of individuals, but definitely to help shape me and what I learned as a father is being very involved with your kid. My daughter, what I learned from Anna is that the more involved I am, the more I notice that she bonds with me that much more strongly, just like she bonds with my wife. And it's a different kind of bond, mother to daughter and father to daughter, right? Women have the connection because they help to grow this new member of the family. So they're always going to be connected in that physical and then emotional and soul-like way. With me, even though I helped to bring her into the world through the cutting of the cord, in my perspective from that way, is I also wanted to say that there was a point where, like, there's a point in when you pitch in, you notice that you could see that much more love and affection in your kids' eyes, and it's not like a backseat. When I was growing up, and this isn't a hard or fast rule, but when I was growing up, all I had was my mother. And in the rare instances I did have a father, when he would come back into the picture, it felt awkward, and I didn't necessarily have this thing with him. Like, it was weird. And I tried to, give it a chance, at that, even in those, especially in those early stages, and it just felt something was off. So I think that definitely being very involved, whether it's changing diapers or going out for walks or having literally daddy-daughter days or father-kid days. Sorry, I don't know if you have son or daughter, but having that one, getting involved in just those particular aspects, even on the basic level, giving her baths, feeding her, that all plays into that bond that you're building from the jump. So from cutting of the cord to now helping to take care of them with even the basic essential needs, I think is very important. So that's another thing. Being very involved helps a lot with your bonding and builds that much more character and strength as you can in a family and as well as a father. The next one that I would definitely recommend is having one-to-one times, and family time. You can, I guess I'll put them together right now for the sake of time, but really, to be honest, is having that one-to-one time is important because now it's you and your kid. Just like how I said in the previous one, the previous section about, having to pitch in and taking care of them, like bath, feeding, parental things that you would normally do. The one-to-one really solidifies, hey, this is our kind of relationship, and we've seen it in movies and probably TV shows and in books where the child the grease monkey, right, who the daughter may likes to hang out with the dad because he likes to repair stuff, and that doesn't necessarily mean she likes passing tools or she likes to get involved in also fixing cars or whatever that might be. But that's now you can both kind of like nerd out on whatever that might be. You could be like fixing phones, because I actually do like to fix phones, but she's too young to get into that right now. But or one thing we do bond is video games to an extent. Meaning, so like, for example, the other, she already associates, when we're playing, me and her are playing PlayStation together and she's in my arms, one of two things is going to happen. Either one is nap time, because for some reason she just falls asleep to us playing PlayStation, or another thing could be like, if it's already past her nap time, she already ate, then one thing that we do is just like bond on maybe like half hour on this particular game, whatever it might be. It could be anything from like an action adventure game or a puzzle game that might just give her some intrigueness, or even a music game, I don't really have Rock Band, but or just even sitting on and like listening to the soundtrack that's already playing through the game, I think definitely is a plus. So definitely, those are my top three, and obviously I still have another one after that, but definitely cutting the cord, getting involved, having your one-to-one time. I think those are the top three to help really reinforce and make sure that you have that relationship. And as a father, that taught me that I'm just as important in her life as her mom. And that's what I learned a lot, very early on with that. Number 4, family time. Actually, I will separate that. Family time is critical as a father, because now you want to show your kid the potential role model that you want to be with your partner. And not everybody has to get married. That was our thing. Everybody's different. So, but if you want to show the kind of role model you want your kid to have, and then they can potentially improve on or want for them, then it's important to have that family time and definitely show that you need to that not only can we have one-to-one time, but now we're gonna have this whole bonding moment with the immediate household. So that's definitely what I would recommend. And that's important because, like we said, it's a role modeling thing where now you get to see how we interact with each other on on this particular day, whether it's going out for coffee or going out on the swings or going shopping. You know, these are all these different things that you're exposing them to. And if you hear her, it's because she's running around and she has a bath right now. So, you know, it's, you know, you want to follow the role models you have, and that you're going to lead by example. So you're always going to put your best foot forward. That's a definite, you know, you want to always have. 5, I would have to say is, you know, I want to say advocacy, in the sense that Anna has taught me very much as a dad to try and be as ready as possible for the world, and advocate and push for not only things that we need, not just for her, but potentially others, because, you know, I want to be the best role model I can be, and it took me a while. You know, I had to learn over the years how to even advocate for myself. So now that even though I advocate for myself, now more than ever, because I have a little one now, I want to teach her how to do that. So definitely being able to advocate for herself and make sure to get all her ducks in a row, so that way she can have everything she could possibly want or need, and be able to, and if she needs to, you know, fight for it. You know, if she believes that it's right, then make sure that it's you know, especially within reason. But I think that that's definitely one thing. She has shaped me as a father. You know, definitely advocating for yourself and for others. That's one thing I can't. You know, like it hasn't disappeared or faded. It's actually been like reinforced. So those are my top 5 for you guys. You know, it's number 1, definitely finding out from the hospital if you can cut the cord. Number 2, definitely getting involved, especially on basic day-to-day tasks, even those random or midnight diaper changes, or even if like you need to rock her to sleep because she won't go to sleep for 2 days in a row, right? You need to get involved. Getting involved really hardens that relationship and makes it really worth it. Number 3, that one-to-one time, that bonding is going to be very, very unique to you, and what you both, you know, what you're able to bond over. Like in our case, it was video games that I used for PlayStation as an example, and she doesn't always associate it with nap time, but she knows it's either going to be one of those 2 things, and she actually enjoys it. Number 4, definitely family and bonding time. You know, that way she can see the best role model, the best examples of how you are as a couple, as a family, and how, you know, you can show how paint that beautiful picture of what she could potentially want, as well as what you want for yourselves. And number 5, advocacy. You know, to advocate for herself and show that you can, if you want it bad enough, you should go for it. You know, and advocate if you feel like you can, if you need to, you go for it. Or if you need to stand up for others or fight for yourself, then you make sure you do that. I look forward to giving you, you know, more content on possibly some fatherly perspectives, and we have some other ideas in the pipeline, you know, regarding, you know, other parenting stuff, and some other like little twist that we have might be a surprise for you. Again, I'm Sam from the Bee Bunch family. Please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment down below. We really appreciate it. We wouldn't be here without you guys. We really appreciate all the support you continue to give us. Thank you for all the kind words, especially on those commentary and those, it really helps out a lot, more than you know. Really. So this is Sam from the Bee Bunch family. Good night.